And there we are. Okay, hey everybody, I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. How you doing, David and her ladyship? Now, Bassman may not be on today. There's a bit of a snowstorm in his neck of the woods. Apparently, it's playing a bit of havoc with the internet. So, in the meantime, there's the link. So, there we have it. Now, today, I'm going to make a window, I do. And I actually need to put some windows back in. One of them fell out. One of them's looking a bit etchy sketchy.
Oh,
Ahoy, hoy. So, yeah, these are the things. Now, let me just move my chair. Now, we all know what's coming up.
drop it down.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. Now,
And your
camera
cup of tea
comes
time.
around. There we go. Now, assembly sheets would be handy here. Actually, no, they don't need to come into play. What we can get first things first. There's a few things I want to do. Actually, I don't need the aircon on right now, as I am not painting. If I do any painting, I'll put it back on. It's going to be very, very hot today. Now, rubbing. Now, windows. First things first. That's our first port of call. Now, this window here is somewhat loose. So we're going to tidy that up as a starting point.
Oh, yeah.
And I've had two windows come out, in fact. Deary me. Deary me. What are you working on today, David?
I thought I'd have a look over this
Hang on a moment.
Merc for a bit.
Oh, yeah. Have a bit of a look-see.
I gave him a coat of the black and some of the base chassis and everything.
Yep.
Painted the main sort of wheel arch main frame and the wheels and the other piece are done, but I got to redo them again.
Yeah.
But, make them
Now
look
I'm having
better.
a bit of a time getting this to stay in, which is a bit rumpty. Why won't it stay in its position? I know why. Because it's being a cunt to me. Almost there. I wonder. Wonder if I may slide a little bit of crystal clearing there. That might. It's getting better. It's almost there. I got the this to make the window out of,
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
and what it is, it's the lid off of a sushi container. There we go. Now it's sticking. I'll hold that for a bit longer. I'll get the panels in that are okay, and then I'll get on to a couple of other things I need to do on this kit. Not quite there. Dearie me. It's been very frustrating little part, this one, for some reason.
Oh,
Whatever floats its boat, I guess. There we go. Now it's staying on. Just need to hold it for a while. All right. Now, next. We'll put this one back in. Give him a bit of a polish. A bit of spit and polish cuff.
it's gone.
Well, as your as Bassman is unable to make it thus far, it is your turn for a letter again.
About why? We done why?
I don't think we have. Or if we have, there's no reason why we can't revisit and see if we can find a different word. Let us see what there is. VWXY. Here's an odd one, but we'll roll with it. Yard, colloquialism, the penis. Never heard it called that.
No, me.
Now archaic and used only with deliberate humour. This was standard English until the 19th century. Originally, the word denoted a shoot or stick, and thence a rod or staff. Okay. The original meaning developed in a number of ways. For example, the spar on sailing ships to support a square sail is called a yard. And since sticks were used as measuring rods, the word also came to denote a standard distance, now 3 feet, but originally varying from one part of the country to another. The use of the word in its present sense stemmed from a fancied resemblance between a staff or pole and an erect penis. See, stick. Its ancient respectability when used in this sense is illustrated in its use in Wycliffe's version of the Bible in 1382. For example, God's instruction to Abraham to have himself circumcised, Genesis 17:11, reads, "Ye shall circumcise the flesh on the furthermost part of your yard." In the following exchange from Love's Labour's Lost, Act 5, Scene 2, Shakespeare makes the most of the potential for puns. Armando, I do adore thy sweet grace's slipper. Boyer, aside to Dumain. Loves her by the foot. Dumain, aside to Boyer. He may not by the yard. So there we have it, kids. Yard means willy. Never heard it used in that context before, but it certainly used to be, apparently. So there we go. Now, move this one around to there. And we'll get this going. Then we'll get the front going, and then I'm going to make that other window. Then we're going to do a bit of the interior of the cabin that needs doing. Yes, it'll all come together. Now, deedly. Oh, hey, Big Racer, how you doing? It has been a while. Hope you've been well.
No, hello, Big Racer.
Now, let's get this crystal clear into operation, shall we? Yeah, when I've got stuff at a point of stuff just drying, depending on factors X, Y, and Z, I might do some work on the Merc as well. We shall see. As far as all I'd be doing is just prepping it sort of stuff, doing the outline of the various, what's the word I'm looking for? Bits on the fuse, on the hull, I guess. You follow me? Get the pen out, do the outlines. All right.
Let's try that way around.
Not quite into position there. There we go. I think, maybe. Yeah, we do. Bit lower. All right, that's that in.
I solved that problem.
Now, next we go the front window. Then we get on to making that other one. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. All right. Something I might do. There we go. Nice. Better anyway. Just giving the windows a quick dig with the cloth. I believe there's a technical terminology that's required for that sort of movement. Dig.
It's a small robot on Buck Rogers, isn't it?
Yeah. Now. All right now. All right now. There's a blast from the past, dear me. Now. All right, now once I get this in, we're in a bit more of a happy spot, or at least will be once I've gotten the whatchamacallit, other window made. What I might do, is I can feel I've got some glue on my fingers, and even if it's crystal clear, it's still going to make a bit of a mucky muck. Now, that way. In you go, don't lie to me. It's lying to me. There we go, no we don't. I can tell it's not going in correctly because it's coming out. And I've got some crystal clear onto the main part of the windscreen, which I'm not very happy about. See if I can wipe that off, or thin it out at least. Ah, it's on the outside. That's actually not so bad. Not quite. This part's actually a bit cunty. That's my technical terminology for it. I'm sticking with it. All right, we're good there. I'll need to give this a bit of a polish with the cloth once it's dried, but it's actually not as bad as it looks. There we go. Now, most of what you can see that looks a bit rugged is crystal clear, so it's going to dry clear. Which is going to reduce that little conundrum. And while that's drying, what we can also do now, zoom out. Here's my material. Now I'm going to need to give this a bit of a clean, polish. Yeah, good stuff. Now, scissors I require. And in fact, the best scissors I have for the job are not on the, or at least for this part of the job, are not on the table currently. They are going to be, I would say, over here. Because I was using them out of the yard, and I am correct.
All right.
Here we have. These are quite the most kick-ass scissors I own. They've been in the family for quite a while, and my grandfather found them on the field across the. It was across the house where I grew up, and they look like proper dressmaking scissors, so far as I can tell. But ultimately, there's fuck all these things won't cut, at least as far as scissors go. And when it comes to this sort of caper, bite me. No problem. See you later. Now we can might as well let's keep as much of this flat area as possible. And to that end, it's going to be a bit cunty, I would say. I guess they don't necessarily want people peeling it off because they want it to show their price and stuff. I might be. Here we come. Maybe. Not quite. Never mind. It was worth a try. Anyway.
I gave myself another quick tizzy.
There we go. Now,
I got a laptop with the Mercedes-Benz engines on. See if I can sort them out from that.
Hang on a moment. I'll just scooch over and hit the. Give us a moment. It's not coming through very well, unfortunately. No, but I can see it's actually quite a big one.
Yes,
there's Bishop Choir by Turf for you.
Yeah, it's a cheap laptop I brought from a charity
Yeah, yeah.
online, and so I managed to get Windows. I tried putting Windows 11 on it, but I couldn't get it to work because it didn't have the key properly. So I just were using it without Windows 11, just straight through to internet. So it's handy for a while.
I'm just going to the have a look at the engine now, as you brought it to my attention. Oh yeah, yeah, right. So it can be, yeah. It depends on how you want to go about it to some extent, doesn't it? On the color front. Oh, but they are very. It's quite a pretty engine, really, isn't it?
Trouble is you won't get to
So
see
there's
it.
lots of chrome on it and stuff. The fact that they've given a lot of chrome in the kit is not without reason. Interesting. Alrighty. And
I was trying to
yes,
work out which
now
size
back
it
to
is.
it.
And,
All right. Dearie me.
yeah, that's supposed to be silver.
Now, I guess I pretty easily trace the. This is probably a bit thick. Here we go. Now, the trick will be to hold that successful. What I can do, because it doesn't matter if this gets mucky muck on it. This being the blank. Did you ever have a program in the UK? We had it over here called Blankety Blanks, and
Yes.
basically, okay, well, we did, as you can gather, because having made mention of it. But the idea was that the host would read a sentence, and then there'd be a word that would just be blank. And the contestants would need to come up with an answer and see how many they matched with celebrities. Long and short of it. And I only mention this because I'm making a blank. Now,
Was you watching it? Was it actually another one made in Australia with an Australian host or British ones?
This was an Australian one with an Australian host.
UK
It was
was
hosted by a guy named Graham Kennedy, who could be quite funny. He could also be very tacky. But that was also part of his. He was in an era where you could be that way, you know. And he used to refer to. At one stage, he had a Tonight Show, and he referred to his co-host as two dogs, with like the joke about why do you ask two dogs fucking, and yeah.
I was originally it was I think it was Eamon Andrews done the first one.
Yeah.
Over here he done series called "This Is Your Life." Give the history of
We used to have
surprises.
one of those over here, yeah.
Celebrities and surprise them and everything. Then he took Blankety Blank. There was Terry Wogan. He was
I've heard of him, yeah.
a Radio 2 DJ. Very very nice sort of chap, very humorous. But, unfortunately, he passed away. There's a couple of others. There was there's uh, oh, I can see his face. I can see his there's a comedian, a large comedian took over then named Des, I think, and yeah, so different people started taking over, and the
Yeah.
celebrities, certain ones were totally mad. There's Kenny Everett, that's one of them, and he was really
Oh, yeah.
uh,
I
so it's,
saw an interview with Michael Caine. I've seen quite a few little snippets. He's a funny guy, actually.
hmm,
And he was saying that the amazing part about the 60s was it didn't seem to matter who you were, you wound up making lots of money and being famous. And he explained that he'd shared house with John Williams and Terence Stamp, and he said, and Terence Stamp, his brother, he said, you wouldn't believe it. Whenever I met him, he was just doing the 60s thing, partying, hanging out with the chicks, no worries. Didn't think he'd amount to anything though. Anyway, one day he set us up with the line of, I've decided to become a manager for a band. Oh, okay. Have you got a band? Yeah. Okay. Do they have a name? Yeah, it's The Who.
oh,
Yeah. And you think, yeah. And this is going to be too short. That's a pisser. How did I fuck that up? Now, there is another way I can go about this, I reckon. Come here, where's the other part? Hang on a moment. Having discovered that potential conundrum, having discovered that, all right, here we go. Plan 2. There. There. Now, give them that. If I now slice here. What my idea here is to deliberately go too long, and it's possibly not going to matter if it is, because I've just broken that. That's inconvenient. Well, I'll show you the rationale as to why. There we go. Now, the only concern I, nonetheless, really have with this.
sound's gone.
Dropped out at the exact time that I dropped the piece I'm trying to work on. Now, oh, Christ. Don't know if you heard that. My knee just went crack.
Oh,
It was an experience I could certainly have done without. Now, the only concern I have is height. We can get away with that. Yes, we can. Now, what we can do, in fact, that could work very well. If I go here. Just a shade wider. And straight down. Yep. And here. Straight down. Now, how does, well, all that. Almost. I think I've made a bit. I've botched it up a bit in terms of. I think I'm going to need to get another piece of plastic, but at least I know where to get it. Oh. What I'm trying to do here is use that little curve there. Yeah, I need a bit more. Jesus. It's the way to do it for sure, but I've botched it up a bit. In terms of it's not big enough, and I've cut the slices and stuff. It's not going to come to the party, which is a bit of a fist fuck. Yes, but that's okay. I know what I got to do. I'm going to get this aircon. It's starting to get hot now already. It's supposed to be 45 degrees Celsius here today. Now, fortunately, there's a whole stack of other things I can consider. And we'll consider what's more. Because what I'll do is now, when to get that, that'll have to wait till tomorrow. But we can get a whole stack of other shit done. Yes, we can. And yes, we will. Now, something I'll need to consider from there we go. That'll be easy. We'll start by getting the steering wheel back in. And then, oh god damn, that's nice. You can't feel what it was caused me to make that pass that remark, but it's the aircon's just started. I'm in direct line of fire, and oh yeah, yucky before, not no more. Now, there we go, down there, and there. Now, lid on. Where did I put the lid? Rob, what are you doing, boy? Fuck's sake. I hate it when I do this. I've put the lid somewhere. I can't find where offhand. It's got to be somewhere like immediately in front of me. It's the annoying part. Look, let's get this part in first.
That's always the case, isn't it?
Oh, cunty thing. Stop being a cunty to me. Aha. Toothpick time. Let's see. There we are. I think. I had the steering wheel come out. So I've got that back in. Now I'll let that settle for a moment. Now, next. Yes. Two colors I see. One of them is already out. Transparent red. The other is transparent orange. Now, give me a moment. And hopefully, I have I think we've got transparent orange in acrylic. We can do the in or the turning signal lights. Not in here, I don't. Rubbing. I know I definitely do have some. It's a question of whether it's lacquer or acrylic. These are the mysteries. Now, that's feeling like a lacquer box. Lacquer, acrylic. I would prefer to use acrylic for this. As to whether I do is a whole nother story. It's not looking promising. I'll quickly flick my eyes across the desk. But again, no. All right. In which case, the next port of call. I know I do have some. Now, let's have a look. I don't reckon it's in this one. Oh, hang on. There's clear red. Red gold. Green. No, okay, I don't reckon it's in this one. Okay, let's try this one. Dear me, eh, kids? So many fucking paints. Aha, this is looking a bit more promising. We have A in yellow, gelb, signal red. Come on now. Stop hiding from me. So yellow. What's this? Fuck's sake. This is ridiculous. Okay, so it's not there. Surely. Hang on, I wonder if it's not impossible. Fuck's sake. Another moment of frustration for the big boy. Which means, okay. Oh, and where's that fucking glue lid gone? There's another question. The mysteries of life, people. I ask you. Deary me.
Hope it won't be the case that you find it when you try to stand up.
Oh, probably, mate. And even then, there's no guarantees of that behaviour. Yeah, I think it's getting to the standing up point because I'm not finding it in any of these fucking things. Found every other type of red I could possibly want. right the way down to signal red and anti-fouling fucking red. It's moments like these that people start wondering why I continually add to that line of shallow graves in the hills. But I've said too much. All right, let's stand up. What's this? That's dark red. Fuck off. This is ridiculous. That's why that's also not helping my take on life. Looking, not even finding the fucking glue lid, by the way. That's an added piss off for me. We'll leave that discussion there. No, that's chromate. Really? Look, this has started to irritate me enough that I do actually need, without exaggeration, to go and take my, well, I need to take my headset off. You get the idea, I'm sure. And then the search can continue. Dearie me. Back shortly. All right. I'm back. Well, I guess I can, in the short term at least, consider doing the red whilst I can't find the orange. One last. I know I've got it though. This is the so annoying. Nope. And particularly annoying, I'm pretty sure I've got clear orange in both acrylic and lacquer. But do you think I can find even one of them? Of course not. Comes the things. Now, what am I going to do about this glue? That's annoying as well. Fuck. Very grumpy making all of this. The best I can do with the glue in the short term, I guess, is to put one of these sorts of caps on it. That's the pin I want. Not so bothered about this one. I know this is the one I want. So how the fuck is frustration? That's going to do fuck all. But hey, it's better than nothing, I guess. Till such times I actually find the proper bloody lid. Now, all right, transparent red. Assembly sheets. And now they're playing hide and fucking seek. Really? Here they are, bloody things. Grrr. Oh, for... Sorely testing my patience today, boys and girls. Now, this rear light, how does that go? The bottom is the, I think that's the red. Yes, correct. At least we can get that done.
Okay, I hope that's all right.
Where the fuck is that glue lid? That's really annoying me. And in the meantime, there is, okay, yep. Crystal clear is all good. Now, and this is not the part I wished for. I'm now looking for these. And we're going to go. Ah, I see. No, it would have to be that side. Yeah. Let's just check that for ourselves. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Goggles on. Now, by the time I've done this, we should be able to do some more work on the setting up the interior.
Piece.
All right.
Ah, there.
So. This is just the lights. And I'll need to do a little tidy up with the main coat at one stage, but that's it. All right.
Okay, lines up with that, that's it. Nothing in there too. Tabs. That one.
All right. Now, once I've got these done, I'll give you a quick zoom in. Then we're going to do some stuff on the interior. And then, against my better judgment, I'm going to try and find that orange again. Because on the interior, it's actually very straightforward sort of stuff. Here we go. So this is the start of the rear lights. Ultimately, the tops of those will be, of course, transparent orange, and I do need to do a little bit of a tidy up on some spots here on the side with the main coat color. But there we go. Zoom out and clean a brush. Goggles off, because these next bits I will not need the goggles for, happily. Now,
Yeah, I think you have to find a chrome pen tomorrow.
next, you get over here. Yeah, that's happy. Good. Happy. What's that? Oh, that's what that is. That's okay. Get this out of the way. Now, have another quick look for the glue lid. Despite the fact I'm about to use the glue and will be taking the lid off anyway, I still want to find the lid, as I'm sure you can understand. As this is causing me much irritation. Anyway, now the first thing I need to do is to get this handle thing came off. So what I'm going to do, actually I'll bring this back into the game, get this out of the way. Actually, we'll put this, heaven forfend, away, as it is, in fact, quite sharp. Now, here's a question. Why is there a plectrum on the desk? Eh? Cool. Anyway, now we'll put a blob of glue just here. That tone I just used there with regards to the blob of glue reminds me of a story. I think I might have shared this with you. That I got out of an interview with Ozzy Osbourne. And he's saying how he met Oliver Reed once. And he you reckon he was at this hotel being quite hammered, because, well, he's Ozzy Osbourne. And in walks Oliver Reed. And he reckoned he was a pretty big guy. He sidles up to the bar, right next to Ozzy Osbourne. Excuse me, I'm not quite seeing where this goes. And as he looks at Ozzy, he of course had quite a lot of tattoos. He chirps out with, "I see a tattoo." Hence the tone. You see what I'm. And Ozzy's there. "Oh, yeah. I have a tattoo. And Ozzy reckons he was terrified. He's thinking, oh, Christ, he's starting on me. I'll just try to keep him cool, you know? He reckons he was terrified. Would you like to see it? Okay. And he's expecting young Ollie to roll up a sleeve and shove an anchor or something from the knee sort of style. And what actually ends up happening is that Oliver Reed unzips himself at the bar and takes out his willy. For that is where he had his tattoo. And yeah, all you could really do is go, that's very interesting. But it's the whole, I have a tattoo. Yes, you do, don't you? Now, this, to my understanding, it's like, what is it? No, that's right. Simply goes in there. Oh, that's a bit nice. So we'll get our side panels in a minute. In fact, directly. And then I'll have another look for that orange. Yes, I will. Yeah. Not quite. There we go. There we are. Not quite. There we are. Oh, that's a bit nice, is it? It's not bad. That's nice. There's a slight gap there. Just like that up, perhaps. Oh, nice. Give you a zoom in a minute. Once I've got the other one on.
Yeah, just dry fitting this engine pieces together.
Now, you know how yesterday the car hull was doing poltergeist things?
Mm.
Yeah, it's returned now that I've got aircon on again. Yeah, the poltergeist has returned. It's kind of funny. Now, give that a quick file. Then put that in. That will then sit thusly. Marvelous. All right. And then I'll give you a zoom in. And then, foolishly or not, I'm going to go for another look for that transparent orange. Because I would like to get that done today. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Now, oh, that's right. I don't know where the bloody lid is, do I? Fucking thing. Now, here we go. Get off my fingers. Now, there we are. Lovely. Yeah. Alrighty, kids. And there's our VW interior.
Nice.
I'll try and get a bit. That's a better focus for you. There we go. Now you can actually see shit. All right, let that dry. Now,
That's what the engine will look like.
do I?
That's the engine. Right. Oops. I dropped it.
Oh, hey, lucky number, how you doing?
I'll do it back there.
Oh, my thoughts. Yeah, I've got a few. Yeah, I'll tell you my two fave. I'll point them out to you now. If you look, hang on, maybe do a bit of a zoom in. There are two sets, or one blade and one that's two blades together. If you look up, you'll see there's a walking stick. The one down from there is actually two swords in one sheath, and that's my go-to weapon for the hand. And if we go down a bit, you'll see there's a proper katana there. That's actually my best quality blade. It's live and used correctly, can put people in two pieces. If I was going through the minds of Mario, that would be one of my go-to blades. Now I'm looking for that transparent orange caper, aren't I? Now, here's something I hadn't considered. What's this? That's Cark Black. That's not what I'm looking for at all. Looking. Now. And again, still not finding that bloody blue cap. Never mind. Now, okay, so it's presumably not on the table. All right. And so the torment continues. Let's see if we can find it this time, boys and girls. Clear yellow, close but no fucking cigar. No. I'm even looking at the ones that I'm pretty sure are not going to be the right color, purely because what if I'm wrong? You know what I mean? Although once you hit that, another clear red. Yeah, thank you very little. That's not the one I'm after. Fucking.
Oh, great.
This is okay, so it's not in there. This we can safely assert. Oh, for fuck's sake. So it's, and that's infuriating because I know I have it in a lacquer and I can't fucking see it. Moment like these. Okay, let's go through our acrylics again. Fuck me. And what do we have here, kids? Grrr. I ask you. I ask you, good people. Now, almost done. All right. I ask you. Grrr. Well, actually, this one, maybe.
He.
Now, the clear orange goes on 4 spots. And these we will now do. Now, next, headset, or rather goggles. On a very crisp brush for this one.
Found the chrome, but lost the engine block.
Oh, that's a jolly rum thing. I'm trying to get a really good fix. Oh, yeah, okay. Right. Yeah. On where to actually start the orange on these parts being the indicators. There we go. There we are, there's one. Once I've got all this colour done, I'll give you a quick zoom in. And we can probably even put the rear vision mirror in. Actually, or should I do that after I do the rear window? I'll do that after I do the rear window. with the rear window line there. I was trying to see if I could find some way of working in an Alfred Hitchcock reference, but it didn't quite work. All right, so we've got, now let's put my hand there. That's our indicators that go on top of the wheel arches. And now, I'll zoom out. We'll do at least the plastic parts of these rear lights. Oh, and for those who are unaware, Happy Australia Day. Today is Australia Day. And, well, it's a controversial date in as much as a lot of Aboriginal people view it as a day of when, well, the whiteys arrived and a whole stack of things started going pear-shaped for them. So there's speculation as to why we shouldn't move the date. And that's not entirely inaccurate, because whilst we arrived as a culture on January the 26th, 1788, our nation wasn't actually federated until January the 1st, 1901. So strictly speaking, there's no reason why Australia Day shouldn't be January the 1st, but no one's going to play that game. And indeed, for many years, it wasn't even a fixed date. Well, that was changed by a guy named John Howard, who was Prime Minister at one stage. And it went over well with his voter base, which was very conservative and rah. But hasn't necessarily gone over so well with some sectors of society. There's a whole debate as to whether the date should be changed and yada, 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 yada. My personal take, look, if it causes people unhappiness, is it that big a deal to change the date? I think not. It's not a big thing. And it never used to be fixed. It was only because John Howard changed it. And that was in 1990 something. So, yeah. Anyway, here are the rear lights for our VW.
Oh, nice.
All right, so aside from losing the cap off of the glue, not made bad progress so far today, overall. Bit frustrated with my clumsiness with regards to getting the correct size for the window, but that is something I can attend to, and it's not that big an issue. Really. Now, here we go. What to do next? What to do next? As far as this goes, I'm just at the point of I need to let shit dry. That didn't take too long. So what I might do, I'll just rinse this brush. Rinse this brush, rinse this brush, rinse this brush. Now, what I might do is first So, split. Now I'm going to need to take my goggles off and then I shall return. What I'm thinking I'm going to do, what I'm going to do, I reckon, get these all out. Oh, right, I've got paint on these. No, that's all right then. Get all this out the way. Put that over to there because I will need it at some stage. And now it's, which pen is it that I'm after? Really not that one. Not that one. Oh, where did I put it now? This one maybe. That's a brush, Rob. Where's the pen that we were looking for? Of course, you put it somewhere in there. You can't find that. Fuck's sake. Aha! How the fuck? They got miles away from anything. At least I got the lid on the glue now. Now, where did I put that pen? That's the next salient point. Deary me. Really? Hang on a moment. No, that's the pencil. That's not what I want. Amazing. Wait a minute. There we go. Now, time for me to start putting some lines on this. We won't do anything on the chrome stuff because that's a wee bit sexy. But we might as well put this back on the relevant stuff. Now, this is these are the panels I'm going to do a deep maroon.
Yeah, I've primed them, then resprayed them for better than just plain plastic.
Yeah. Right, now, next on the agenda. There, down here, down there. All right. I think I showed you the color I'm going to put on this. Part of it's going to be jet black. And the other color I'm going to use, have I shown you that one?
No,
Contrast it against this little number. Give us a moment. That's not fully mixed, but that's going to be my second color against the jet black.
all right.
Because when I was sort of like speculating about paint jobs, I was driving down a side street. And someone had this pretty old roller on a trailer. They're obviously taking it somewhere. And it had that sort of color pattern. And I looked at it and I thought, that looks shit hot. I'm so doing that.
All right. Found the engine.
Do what?
I found the engine block again.
That's always handy.
Yeah, it's right around the back, about another yard the opposite way from where I was looking.
Hey, yo. That. There we go. Now, have you ever seen the movie Death of Stalin?
Not all of it. I think they used it for clips of films to narrate his life, but
It's got a lot of very dark humor in it. And there's a great scene where there's a coup being performed against Beria, who was a thoroughly evil man. And ultimately, the man who takes control is General Zhukov, World War II veteran. And yada. And basically, at one stage, he just walks in, and when Beria is trying to call his guards, grabs him, drags him, smacks him to the face a couple of times. Then looks down the table at the person who's supposed to be chairing the meeting and says, "Hurry up, Georgie, running a coup here." And all I can think is that the US senior military should look at that video as an instructional way to deal with authoritarianism. Couple of punches to the face, just trying to organize a coup here. Now, strangely, I actually like doing some of the lines even on here because it does show it's a different, well, it's something that's not ordinarily on the kit, if you follow me. And I hope, therefore, it shows a bit more, is the theory. I'm probably kidding myself, but hey. Now you can see it's a small bit darker, and I'm hoping that'll actually make it stick out just that bit more. Now, a question I have is, which way does the bonnet open?
I think it's supposed to open sideways, but I think it's all sealed.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking of doing a slice and change maneuver so I can show the engine off, if you follow me.
Yeah.
Because one thing I've noticed is there's a pretty nice and easy cuttable point right there for you. And I'm thinking, I can see myself doing that.
I think it's like so the bonnet's got a hinge in the middle, so the sides fold up.
Yeah. most of these, there's almost precious little point in running the if I was running a texture over any of this. It's a wee bit well, maybe the chairs. I haven't decided what colour I want to do the chairs yet either. I'm thinking either of black or red.
Just keep that on there. Looking a bit flat at the moment. So when I chrome it, varnish it, so bringing out a bit of colour on it.
Yeah, yeah. Now what I can do pretty easily today is well, once the sun goes down anyway, is put some surfacer on all of this, or on those that I need to put it onto, if you follow me. And then we can, or I can, look at doing painting on it. Some of it, of course, will not need surfacer. Oops. Because it'll have, well, it's already black, so if I'm putting black on top of it, you know. There we go. Just enhancing the lines in the chair. Why? Because it behooves me. Once I've gotten this done, I reckon I'm just going to let everything else on the VW dry. And then I'm going to in doing that, I'm going to wind the stream up. Is the bottom line. I'm pretty happy with the progress I've made overall today. A bit frustrated that I didn't get the windows fixed, but that's my own clumsiness. And it's not the end of the world, or at least I fucking hope not, or we're all screwed. Now, what I'm going to do next, let's put that over to there. So Daisy, and I'm going to give you a bit of a solo time to. Oh, hey Landair and see how you doing. Oh, hey GB, how you doing? Sprue, how you doing? Dearie me, everyone's suddenly.
Hello, David.
Now,
hello, GB. Hello, RC.
I'll give you a bit of solo time, David, so you can show off your what you've been doing.
All right, clear that out. Everything's dropping again.
Yeah.
Oh, but
Oh yeah.
Let's go right camera. Lens. That's the.
Oh, that's the hole. Yep.
Yeah. There's our mahogany.
Yeah.
And I've got to repaint those again yellow.
Yeah.
But primed it, pink, then yellow. I'm going to do another yellow on top because parts of it.
Yeah, I'm
big
going
colour.
with those ones that you got there are the ones I'm doing. The yellow ones are where I'm going to go with that deep red.
Mm.
And what you're doing mahogany, I'm doing black.
I started doing the bit of the engine,
Oh,
so I
nice.
coloured that in a bit. So I need to do a
Yep.
bit more and tidy up. But,
Cool.
yeah, so if I hadn't lost that, I would have had it all stuck together by now.
Ah, well, c'est la vie. C'est la vie.
Yeah.
All righty.
Hmm.
Now, give us a moment. Back to here. Well, that's us done for today. Thanks everyone for watching. Even if it was only for briefly, we do appreciate it. Now, first time viewers, guess what I'm about to suggest? Follow, like, or subscribe. It's a pretty simple equation. Other platforms. I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook and YouTube, and Robster the Builder on Instagram, Twitch, and Discord. Guess what the next words coming out of my mouth are? Follow, like, or subscribe. Who would have thought? Now, tomorrow, we'll be back. Certainly I will be. Hopefully David will be, and hopefully we'll be being joined by Bassman. He's caught in an ice storm at the moment, which is rather screwing his internet, I believe. Oh, there we go. Hang on. Give us a moment, David.
Yeah, just put
There we go.
a piece fit together.
Oh, yeah, I see how it goes.
Yeah.
It's a big bloody engine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that piece, it's like a couple of tabs on it, so that's it.
Yeah, right.
To fix on. But that's it. But I got see any colours need to be on done with that as well.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll get there.
Anyway, tomorrow, snowstorm by you in New York. Well, yeah, I believe there's a whole stack of snow in the US at the moment.
We're going to have heavy rain and storm tomorrow night.
We'll be back pretty much the same time. Now, do I have places to be tomorrow? Not as such. Or actually, wait, yes, I do. I have a swimming class at 10 o'clock. So I might start half an hour earlier tomorrow, being 7:30 my time as opposed to 8 o'clock my time today. So we'll be back tomorrow at a similar kit time and on the same kit channel. We'll catch you good people tomorrow. See yous.
Bye.